I've only got one thing I really believe in, and that's you use it or you lose it. It's always true. Money, religion, politics, question all of those things, but use it or lose it is the one thing that sticks. So when I realized I sort of wasn't focusing on the right thing anymore, I knew I had to get it back. I was quite a quiet, nerdy little kid. I didn't really hang out with other kids a lot. I ended up reading and getting interested in technology and computers, and explored the woods around my home a lot, and that all sort of combined and led me to cycling. As I was growing up, I got more and more invested in this cycling culture. I got magazines. Me and my little brother would stay up and wait for the new GoPro releases to come out. I'd sneak out quietly in the mornings, avoid the chores, and go out and spend 5 or 6 hours riding my bike. I decided I needed an upgrade on my bike, so I saved money for 2 years or so to buy the dream bike that I wanted. Unfortunately, I went to visit the shop to go and buy it, and they'd sold the last one the day before. But I came out with a brand new Orange Crush, and this bike was the evolution in my cycling. And even when I ended up in hospital and stuff, passion for cycling never died in me, you know? This passion for cycling evolved and grew, and all this research and the interest in the science behind cycling, that eventually led me to want to design mountain bikes. It gave me the reason to go off to university. By the time I left, the industry was tightening up, you know, it was difficult to find work. So I just sort of picked up the roles that I could. My career slowly just nosedived and got worse and worse and worse. As my career took this nosedive, I ended up getting really, really involved in other outdoor sports. I'd end up hiking and taking photographs with my camera, or I would go out running and be listening to audiobooks about my favourite adventures or sports science. And I got interested in all sorts of little bits. I even ended up setting up my own guided hiking business for a little while. Taught myself to sew and started making little bags and fixing and repairing pieces of gear. I started applying for all these outdoor companies as well. I did over 600 applications last year alone. Got to quite a few sort of next stages and final interviews, but ultimately it would just fall apart. To try and stay positive and constantly be told no is heartbreaking. It's exhausting. It's really difficult. And I ended up working for this company that was the exact opposite of everything I believed. It was damaging the environment, it was horrible to people, terrible for its staff, and I just had to have it to get by. I took a few days off to go to the National Outdoor Show up in Birmingham to sort of have a few days off and relax. I got really excited about the outdoor gear and talks, visiting all the stands and chatting to people on the stands. I came away from that with a little idea. I needed to go to the biggest trade show I could find, and that would be the best place for me to do this. And, you know, I found out about European Outdoor Week in Riverdale Garda. With less than 2 months until this show kicked off, I decided I was going to attend. So I ran this idea past a headhunter. He was a specialist headhunter for the outdoor sector. He thought it was great. I put this little video together to get an idea of what the reaction would be from the rest of the industry. And, you know, this was terrifying. I was always worried about putting myself out there and looking silly or looking like I didn't know what I was doing. But if I didn't put the idea out there, I wouldn't know if it was worth pursuing. I uploaded it on an anonymous account, and about 20 minutes later, my friends started messaging saying, "I've just seen your video." Which is the opposite of what I wanted, but their messages of support were so heartwarming and supportive. Same sort of thing happened with LinkedIn. I had a really good reaction on there from people in the industry, and I thought, this is how to do it. Let's keep going. That was sort of what set my mind, and I decided I was going to quit my job.
I decided earlier on today that I am going to quit my job tomorrow, which would be very nice. Finally. I've been having all these ideas and trying to research into them, but with my job at the same time, I just haven't got the time to work on it. But I need the money, so I should balance it all out. But I think it's about time. And I can't ride enough, so I need the time. I can't do it all. It's too much. So, time to bite the bullet and see what happens. See if I get shouted at tomorrow.
Why did you decide to leave the organisation? Can I just write all the remarks?
Yeah.
Unless you want to say anything else.
You can concern for my own safety. Don't want to be made to do illegal work. Lack of respect to staff. Lost motivation. Yeah, that says enough really, doesn't it?
If you could sign and date the bottom. Thank you. Well, from my point of view, it's been a pleasure working with you, Isaac. I wish you the best. Good luck. And yeah, I will keep in contact because I will need you to do something at some point.
It's awful that that's sort of where we're at. That's me done! Fuck this place, I'm out! I had my exit view with which was interesting, and going through all the questions with her made me realise that I'm definitely doing the right thing, which is a nice relief. But bloody hell, so many things wrong with that place. I will be glad to never ever see it again if I can help it. It was nice to see that there were so many people being friendly and supportive when I left, which can only be a good sign. So here we go. I'm going to celebrate with a chocolate Belgian waffle, and then I've got to go straight on to the dump to try and see if they're selling any old second-hand equipment I might use. Victory has never tasted so good. From the moment I stepped out of the office, straight away it was to the dump, trying to find stuff. I bounced between loads of places. The dump, charity shops, car boots, eBay, Vinted, back to the charity shops, then back to eBay, because what if it was more affordable? Oh, I need to do some design works. Let's experiment with some molds. Let's 3D print a handle, grow some mycelium, slam together a prototype. Oh, but don't forget to train. You've got to train and do some training. Oh, and your bum hurts? Oh, you better train. And your legs? Oh, well, you better do more training. Oh, and a quick test ride, because you only picked up your bike like a week before you were going to ride it, so let's go into your grandparents, and that'll be 90 kilometres. Oh, and don't forget you need to do more training when you get back. Oh, and don't forget your route. Don't forget your route. You've got to try and put all your luggage on the bike, and this, and that, and this, and that, and then all of a sudden, it was time to go. It was time to go.
To leave. Arrival, it's 2:30 in the morning. Go to sleep now for like 4 or 5 hours. I think my parents might be going on holiday in France, conveniently tomorrow. So gonna catch the Eurotunnel across to Calais with them, and then start cycling. So should be cycling around about 12. It's a lot to fit in on the first day, but it should be quite flat. A few extra bits and bobs to pack in and things to reorder. But should be able to squeeze it all into an hour tomorrow morning. So we'll see. I'm thick.
Alright, mate. We quickly reloaded the car. We drove quickly over to Folkes, the Eurotunnel ferry. We arrived really early, so I popped into the terminal and snagged an overpriced meal deal on the way out. And after 90 minutes, we were called through the passport control. Unfortunately, the traffic was stationary. Hour after hour ticked by, and small interruptions like chatting with fellow passengers provided occasional relief.
Even if you don't get a job, but you will. 100%. And that's the other thing. It's like, believe it, you know. It's going to go like, listen, I'm amazing. You should be lucky.
You don't know me. I don't have that sort of confidence.
Yes, you are, because you know you can sit on your ass and complain and go like, boo-hoo, woe betide me, there's no job, when I don't know what to do, and oh, it's really hard getting up to. Or you can cycle from Calais to where?
River Delgado, yeah, other side of Switzerland.
Yeah. So you know that's always good. There is no downside to this, none whatsoever.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful lady. What's your name? Inga.
Thanks, Inga.
Lovely to
Really
meet you,
appreciate
Inga.
that.
Inga Dowden. You can look me up. Inga
I was going to say, I might add you on LinkedIn, see if I get any more
You'll
tips.
find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm always doing.
Thank you, Inga.
And after 6 hours, we were off. We loaded up onto the Eurotunnel. And half an hour later, we'd crossed into France. Yeah. We drove to the beach. I wanted to touch the sea, start my journey from one bit of water and finishing at another. By this point, it was already 7 PM, and I realised I wasn't going to be able to cycle that day. So I took the opportunity to get a lift to the campsite, and then set up my tent and check over my gear.
It has been a very long day. The trains were fucked. 5.5 hour delay starting it to stop it. Then I just didn't have time to ride. Just got left up to the campsite. I'm going to have to ride today off, unfortunately, with no riding. Who knows? I may make up some mileage by getting lost on the way or something like that. So it's a nice campsite. It's quiet. It's calm. It gave me the chance to set things up properly and spend time figuring out my configuration. bike didn't fit in my tent the way that I wanted it to. But I've got that all secured and safe now, so that's good. Haven't eaten anything yet this evening. Been snacking a bit throughout the day, but wake up nice and early tomorrow morning. I've got an all-day full English breakfast. That'll get me going, and I can just go from there. Nice and simple, nothing complicated. I'm relatively clean, or as clean as I'm going to get on this trip. So it should be easy just to pop into my sleeping bag and go to sleep. The stress is gone now that it's all here. Now that I'm in it. But looking at where the gear, everything looks good. I'm ready and I'm excited to cycle tomorrow. So this is good. See you in the morning.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no. I'm in France, the home of good food, but sometimes just an emergency meal to get your out going. They're really nice. It's probably best not to think what these sausages are made of. Good though. So what I do have to make sure I'm a bit more organised in this tent. Try a bit more back to the festivals. Hey. And we're off. A full bike along the canal. It's looking promising for the day. Took me a little while to get off, but we're good. Here we go.
Unsha. Oh, unsha. Look at that. It's just straight like this for miles and miles, and it's really nice and pretty, and there's a nice smell to the French countryside that I've not smelled in a long time. Really enjoying it. It's good. First jelly baby of the trip. I feel refreshed.
Good to make it. It's really nice it. I struggled to eat properly today because I forgot it was a Sunday. Everywhere was closed. I managed to find a little gas station, local one, about 60 kilometres in. So finally, at 20 past 4, we can finally have some lunch. But I forget, and piece of the childhood, ketchup Ghost Crisps. Other than that, it's pretty good. It's nice and calm. We'll definitely have to do it again.
I got caught in the rain. But there's a nice rainbow now. It's been threatening to rain all day. Got caught in a little downstorm, but gave me a chance to make sure that everything was covered and waterproof. Or water resistant in the bags at least. So that's done. I've still got 30k to do, and the campsite unreachable. So my booking may not have gone through. I don't know where I'm sleeping this evening. So that's fun. I mean, if I can find a field, I don't mind putting my attention in a field. But these ones have got barbed wire, so... And I'm 30 kilometres away from where I want to be. Anyway. In soggy mode now. Quite nice houses around here. Now, I can't tell if that's electric bikes because it doesn't look like any pedal bike sign I've ever seen before. But it's not a motorbike. Scooters? It's nowhere near. Fresh forest, it's all quiet and stop raining. Lovely stuff.
Hello, little kitty cat.
There's been a bit of a cock-up. I got to the campsite, no one's at reception, I can't get in, and I can't wild camp in Belgium, so I've got to cycle over the border to France where I'm not legally allowed to be bike, but it's more tolerated, so I can hide in a forest nearby. Evening, ladies. I crossed back into France. Map wasn't very clear, or I didn't read it properly, or didn't check the satellite image as well. Turns out it was just a farmer's very, very, very thick uncleared woodland and all work fields, so they were all just mud. Just couldn't camp in them. I've jumped onto the canal running along the border of France, so at least I'm heading in roughly the right direction. And I'm just going to keep going along here until I find a big old grass verge, probably like a canal opening or something, and I'll camp on there. Perfect, leave no trace. The bike's packed up again. And we can go. No one will ever know. Cycling through clouds. How cool is that? Looks like bloody Dumbledore's going to come out at the end and deliver Harry Potter. These wind turbines are how I know I'm always close to the Belgian border. You can always see a cluster of them from the edge of France just before you cross over. Stopped at a random petrol station to find some water. It's closed. I'm on my way here till 7 the next half an hour. Because I don't know where I'm going to find water next. So, better be safe. That's much better now. Just got bumped into, well, I just bumped into a tree. I thought I could go underneath it. Turns out I couldn't, almost fell off the bike. But it made me stop and listen. Water dripping in the birds is just, it's lush. It's really, really nice. Yeah. Anyway, this is all downhill. I'm going to crack on because I'm going to go find some light. It's a shame I'm like a week, 2 weeks early for this to be a full bloom. Just got lapped. So many shows taking place. Today's quite a hilly day. It just keeps it up and up and up and all the way into the end. Getting
done over. Getting lapped by other cyclists. Oh well. Je suis très fatigué. I'm still going.
These are the best roads. Nice, open, smooth, big wide views out in the countryside. It's way more comfortable, it's easy to ride. You can see traffic coming. It's very pretty. And you can find somewhere to do a wee in private. I've just seen the sign for Sosui, which I think is how you say it, and that's where I'm staying tonight. Even though it's all downhill the rest of the way, just the last 2 kilometres.
I just feel like I can't be arsed. I'm going to, obviously, but just... I'm really hoping I can get food down there, because the nearest supermarket is like 15 kilometres away. Again, I should have checked that. I have my spare, like, boiling the bag meals. It'd be nice to have some vegetables. So, we'll see. It's happened again. I found this campsite on Google, it looked lovely, and turns out it's no longer in operation. It's now being used as a private mobile home site. So I've arrived here. I'm going to pause for a minute, have some snacks, try and recuperate a little bit, and then go to one of the other campsites nearby. There's quite a few in sort of like a 10-mile radius, so yeah, I'll just try and find one nearest my route, I reckon. Shame it started speckling a little bit, but it's not too bad. Anyway, onwards.
One for Granny there.
It's another one.
I'm about to say people to
Those are a great idea. What a way to get between towns. Got to my campsite and it's so nice and I feel so relieved to have a place to stay. I feel a bit like crying. I'm going to try and hold it together until I get into the shower, then I can cry. And I got a duck friend. There he is! For the first time in 3 days, I am finally clean. I am showered, I'm wearing some clean clothes, I've got fucking underwear on, and the tent's up. He's just inspecting all the guy ropes for me in my tent. She's just inspecting all the guy ropes for me in my tent. Got some meal options for this evening. Got a chicken curry, we've got the barbecue pulled pork, we've got some posh baked beans. I could be a patriot, but go for the curry korma. That just sounds a little bit more like a full meal. And right now, I've got 2 of them in the bag. I can test it out today, see how we do. And it just sounds filling and satisfying.
Morning all. I actually just managed to sleep from like, I think it was 11 o'clock last night, straight through to 7:30 this morning. Waking up, which may be the longest sleep I've had in months.
I crashed a little bit hard, not physically, but like energy and body wise. I hadn't had any sleep, hadn't recovered. As I woke up this morning with like the most insane headache and cold symptoms, and I've just not recovered the last couple of days with the lack of sleep. I have a shorter day today. There's a few more hills, and camping's a bivouac site, so I know it's open. Should be a steady day, but I feel
refreshed, recovered. I would highly recommend this campsite. It was absolutely beautiful and I felt safe, and it was, like I say, clean, and the staff were lovely. The lady behind reception was helping with French, so she was very patient and kind. But yeah, bikes were packed and ready. Been working on restructuring that, repacking my tent in a new way and stuff, figuring out the best ways to keep stuff dry and clean while traveling, and how to repackage food and stuff. And it's go time. Straight away onto a long ass climb. I was looking down at my tyres a second ago, just pedaling. I saw there was a bit of a bulge in the back one. It's not the same as the car, I think it's just from overloading the bike and not putting enough pressure in the tyres, but it did make me go woo. Let's keep going. Does anybody know what this yellow flower is, or plant is? Because the smell reminds me of France. It's just, you know when you get those smells that sort of knock you and you're like, fucking hell, that's a memory. This reminds me of holidays in France as a kid. It's just really nice. I just got to the top of this hill and thought I had the road behind me. Turns out I don't have to go up that. I'll go up this instead. That's not the same, that's not fun. This would feel exceptionally adventurous if I wasn't so worried about fucking dickheads and ticks and spiders and snakes popping into my head. I know it's not me getting Belgium, but just that's how my brain works. Still, I'll just plough on through this overgrowth and low-hanging trees. Come on a road bike, essentially. Ooh. There it is. Bumpity bump. Seriously, what the fuck is this? Come on now. Look at that. That could not be more dense. It's just nettles and bumpy shit. Just as I broke through the last piece of undergrowth, I could feel it. I whipped off my top at the side of the road and spent the next hour trying to find and remove ticks. These tiny little bastards. Been a pretty shit start to the day. After I did like 10-15k, was doing quite well, then ended up having to headbutt my way through a little bit of shrubbery. I was like, I'll be fine, you know, trying to not worry. Trying to be doing some personal growth development on that front. Came up the other side, was covered in ticks, found one on my belly button. I got a couple on my leg, I think. They're quite small and they're annoying to try and keep track of and trample out. So, and that had thorns, and so yeah, that was fun stressing about that. Took about an hour to pluck all those off from topless at the side of the road at least. Had a bit of lunch. Feeling a bit more positive now. We'll try and keep going. If there's any more woodland tracks like that, fuck right off. I'm not doing that again. That took ages. I'd rather cycle an extra 10, 20k around the blue thing. At least I'll get a nice view. Right, crack on the rest of the day now. This path is a gym. There's a little sign back there saying how to warm up, and then you've got different stations as you go along. Monkey bars. And you complete your workout. What's this one? Looks like parallel bars for like dips and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. It gives you recommended workouts. Fuck, the Belgium and European, they make some awesome design stuff. Look at that. Leapfrogs. Pull-up bar maybe? Yeah, pull-up bars. Fucking genius. What a way to get people involved. Look, another fantastically open and massive bike path. Just goes on and on, this one. Very satisfying.
Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Hop. Figaro. Hoppa. Figaro là. Figaro ha. Figaro sö. Figaro so. Figaro ho.
Now, before I show you this, my down jacket was too hot, I was sweating my tits off in there. My bike gear is drying off, and so it's currently in a bag, very soaking wet. So all I had left was my gilet, my cycling gilet, which is basically a thin plastic bin bag to keep you warm. It goes over your normal cycling gear while going down a hill. So that's currently what I'm wearing. Now, am I too pale for this? Yes. Am I muscly enough for this? No. Do I look like I'm going to a cheap European discotheque for some of the with a massive donk on it? Yeah, I do. Never ever comfortable, but luckily, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no one around me. I'm perfectly comfortable. Just that every so often I see a walker who gives me a double look. Onwards to the campsite. Bonjour. Bonjour. Mate, you gotta stop taking those drugs. That's better. Away from that suicidal car. He makes some insane werewolf style noises. They all could have at least warned me about the weather. None of them were lying down. And it's absolutely pissing it now. It's not all fun and games, this. It is work though. So just gotta remember that. It's better than being behind a desk no matter what happens. I'm just over halfway through a 10-kilometre climb. I'm quite done with today. But it's... oh fuck me, I've got to go up here. Dickheads. It's like, what was it? Just about to hit 7. And I've not even started setting up a tent yet. Still got like 10k to go at least. So, it's a long one today. I was wondering why I suddenly felt cool at the top of a climb that long. And I think if you look at that, I think I've ended up in a small light cloud or fog, and it's just enough to like suddenly drop the air by like 5-10 degrees. It's really quite a lot. And I know if I stop, I'm going to get cold quite quickly. So I'm going to just try and plug the entire way. I think I've got like 8 kilometres left. Allez, 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 allez. There it is. Come on. Come on. That's gotta be it, that's gotta be it. Oh fucking, there's a speed bump. There you go. That's the summit. And there is no view to celebrate. But at least I did it. I can be proud of that at least. You know, I'd been cycling for 3 or 4 hours in what was essentially a thin bin bag. I was soaked through to the skin. I'd been shivering on my bike as I was riding along. Full temperature was going down. I could hear my words starting to slur, and I couldn't find words and complete thoughts in my head properly. I knew I was going into mild hypothermia. Even getting close to the campsite, I was questioning as to whether I should be knocking on someone's door and asking if I could sleep in their garage. It was one of the 2, maybe 3 times on the trip where I was genuinely concerned for my well-being. And as I went into this forest, towards the campsite, towards the bivouac, great big fucking sign that said, "Beware of ticks." was on the front. And after the day that I'd had, that was the last thing I wanted. So I pushed on into the bivouac, tried to find the most open piece of ground I could find that was sort of mud and nothing else. But by that point, those spots had already been taken. And I was left on this sloping piece of earth, darkness coming in, soaking wet. I was freezing. I was trying to warm myself up with my stove, but all my gear had wetted through my down bag, my down coat. I was in some trouble. You know, I tried to go to sleep, and for the entire night, I was waking up repeatedly, just jackhammering, not shivering, jackhammering in my bag, trying to get warm, trying to not slide down this slope. And I just ended up sort of squished up in the corner wall of my tent, shivering away till the early hours of the morning.